Welcome back to another episode of the Outdoor Adventures Hunting Podcast, heard on Brownfield Ag News and Agri America. I'm Brownfield anchor reporter Brent Barnett. Today's show is sponsored by Beck's. At Beck's, we are and will remain farmers at heart. On today's episode, we head to the state of Missouri to learn more about a program that helps feed those who are hungry and in need of food. Tyler Schwartz is with us today, Executive Director of the Conservation Federation of Missouri, to discuss the state's Share the Harvest program. Tyler, thanks for joining us here on Brownfield. How's it going?
Good, Brent. Thanks for having me. Certainly appreciate the opportunity to talk about Share the Harvest and all the wonderful things going on here in Missouri.
Really looking forward to the opportunity. And, as we kick things off, Tyler, share more about your career and your current role there with the Conservation Federation of Missouri.
Certainly, I've been the director here a little over 4 years, and our organization's a nonprofit group to ensure conservation of Missouri's wildlife and our natural resources and preservation of our state's rich outdoor heritage through advocacy, education, and partnerships. And so we do a lot of work in the Capitol to help make sure we're keeping conservation on the minds of legislators and certainly the educational aspect. We're proud of too, because we work with high school juniors through college age students to help them prepare them for leaders, to be great leaders in conservation and outdoors and natural resources. And the third part of that mission is the partnerships. And that's where Share the Harvest comes in, and our many businesses and partners and members that we have across the state. We're a big umbrella. We like to think of ourselves as that type of organizations. We bring everybody to the table and make sure we keep conservation and the natural resources going here in Missouri.
Where does your passion come from for conservation? Did you grow up in the outdoors and doing some hunting in your younger age?
Certainly. I grew up on a farm in Marys County here in central Missouri. And from a young age, I just always enjoyed bow hunting, getting outside, hiking, biking, camping. I was with the state park system for 10 years and was able to take people and get them camping and enjoy kayaking and different outdoor recreational activities. So that was a total joy to be able to work with citizens in Missouri, because we've got the two dedicated sales tax, Brent, that are so important. That 1/8 of 1% of the conservation, and then the 1/10 of 1% for parks and soils. And I travel all over the United States at conferences. People are so envious of what we have here in Missouri. We have so much to be proud of and so much to protect as well. And so we got a lot of great programs. And one of those is certainly Share the Harvest too, that people can donate their deer to.
Well, I grew up in Missouri myself, up in Nottoway County in northwestern part of the state. And I always remember after we would do the telecheck for calling in a deer after we harvested one, at the end, you'd hear that automation voice say, "Share the harvest." And so always remember hearing that growing up. So you might just talk to the listeners here. What is Share the Harvest, and why is this effort so important to the state?
Certainly. It's now over 30 years ago that it was founded. So back in 1992, hunters came together and formed Share the Harvest. And since then, we've been able to donate over 5 million pounds of meat. That's just so spectacular in over 30 years. And so, it's simply donating deer. It stays in the community and goes back to the needy. And so it's a win-win-win program. If deer hunters out there are willing to shoot a deer, harvest the deer, and don't want to mess with it or can't take it to the processor, they can drop it off and they'll take care of the processing fees. Through our partners, we get money that comes in from food banks, Bass Pro Shops, Shelter Insurance, Missouri Department of Conservation, several great partners that help financially defray the cost of the processing. So the deer hunter just finds a local processor that's on our website, confedmo.org/STH, as in Share the Harvest. You can go on there, find a processor that is approved for the program, drop your deer off, and as a hunter, that's it. That's all you have to do. And so it's pretty simple. They'll get some information, your telecheck ID number, and you're on your way. And so then from there, the processor takes it and makes it into ground burger, 1 pound packages. And then the conservation agent will come and pick up the meat and deliver it to the local food banks and so I can't stress enough how cool it is because the meat stays right in these communities. You shoot a deer, it's going to stay in your community. You're going to help your neighbors in need because there are so many people out there that are food insecure that you just don't realize who they might be. And so you could literally be helping your next door neighbor and helping them out. And it's a great program. So we're certainly proud to administer it.
Well, what a milestone. You just mentioning how much has been donated through the years. And, Tyler, as you see Share the Harvest continue to grow, have you gotten some feedback, through the years of people that have utilized the program and are thankful for what you offer?
Oh, certainly. People are just so appreciative of meat, and to get red meat, that is rich in protein is just, it's hard to come by. It's hard to come by in certain food banks and places. So we're glad to be able to partner with the food banks to be able to get that meat back in their communities and into their local food pantries. And something kind of cool that we've done in the last few years, Brent, we now have a little snack stick jerky option that goes into the Buddy Pack program. And so the meat gets put into 2-ounce sticks and packages, and then it gets also infused into the food bank system. So going into school children's backpacks during the summer and different times throughout the year, that they can have a good source of protein and a nice little jerky stick.
Now, if anyone, is interested in acquiring venison from the program, Tyler, do they need to reach out to either MDC, your group, or do they contact their local food bank?
They actually contact their local food pantry. And so we've already started to see processors come in taking deer for this year. And so, contact your local food pantries and let them know that you're interested in Share the Harvest venison. And they'll certainly be able to, each one allocates that meat differently. But so if you're out there listening and need that assistance, certainly ask. And if you can't find a processor or a food pantry, give us a call here at the Conservation Federation of Missouri office. We're glad to help you. Our number's 573-634-2322, and anyone on our team can certainly point you in the right direction.
I wanted to circle back to the process of hunters donating their deer. I know you touched on that a little bit. Tyler, what are some of the need to know facts for hunters as they if they harvest a deer this year and they would like to help contribute and donate to Share the Harvest, what do they need to know throughout that process?
Yeah, certainly. That's a really good point because processors have certain hours too, and they're only open, and they may not be taking deer during certain times. So I can't stress enough, call ahead, get on your website, type in your county, where you're hunting, and it'll list all the processors. And so be sure to give them a call ahead of time and make sure they're going to be open. And then it's simple as getting your deer to the processor. They'd love it if you can gut it, if you can field dress them, but if not, why, they'll take whole deer, or they'll take part of a deer too. If you want to keep the back straps and donate the rest, why, that's certainly a viable option as well.
Does this program take other game harvested in the state, or is this just deer only?
This is only white-tailed deer that are harvested here in Missouri. Good question.
Very good. So you talked about support and just through the years, how you've been able to get more support for Share the Harvest, Tyler. How can charitable organizations get involved? Is that an option?
Yes, definitely. And with the addition of our snack stick programs, the cost of processing going up, we definitely need your help and financial support right now. And so if you can go on our webpage, confedmo.org/STH, you can donate or give me a call personally and let me know how you want to help. If you can, some families support 5 deer, and so we give them that cost, and they say they want to help financially 5 deer, or some groups say we want to do 50. That's great. Even if you can do 1 deer, you at a quarter pound a meal, 50 pounds of deer, I mean, you're going to be able to feed so many people. And I just, again, can't stress enough how far we can make those dollars stretch in this program. So again, the cost of processing is $80 per deer. And if you can just spare $80, go on our webpage and you can say, I'll sponsor 1 deer processing. Awesome. We'll take it.
Tyler, what are you hoping hunters take away from our conversation here today?
I think the benefit of helping somebody in need in your local community is certainly just such why this program is a win-win-win. Again, the meat staying in the local communities, being able to support each other, because that's just being a great human and doing what we can to help each other out. And so hopefully it makes you feel good. I know I've dropped deer off and drove away going, man, it's a sense of pride being able to go out there and harvest the deer and really help people out. So it's a great opportunity.
Are you all expecting a busy season this year?
We are. The addition of the new antlerless season a few weeks ago, it was a huge boost already. People were out with their rifles shooting antlerless deer, and so it's going to be a great opportunity. So again, I can't stress enough, call ahead, make sure your processor is still taking deer, and that they'll take the deer for Share the Harvest program and jump right in there. Bow season underway now. We've got rifle season coming up in a little over 3 weeks, and so it's a great time to get out in Missouri's woods and harvest the deer.
No doubt about that. Tyler, really appreciate you coming on the show. You might just give that contact information one more time for Share the Harvest.
Sure. Our phone number is 573-634-2322, or you can go on our website at confedmo.org/STH, as in Share the Harvest. So ConfedMo, or Google Conservation Federation of Missouri, Share the Harvest. It'll come up. You can get on MDC's website as well, or ours, and will steer you in the right direction.
Now, at the beginning, you did say you're a hunter yourself. Hunter to hunter here. How's the season going so far for you?
Well, I've been out a few times bow hunting. I didn't get out for the rifle season, but the times I've been out, I've seen some deer, and so waiting on that big one to come through, though. So hopefully can get a big old buck and be able to get some protein out there. And I always try and at least donate one myself each year, plus feed my family too. It's important. So great opportunities to get out in this mild weather we're having right now is great for bow hunters that are out across the state. And so deer moving, and just be careful too, not to hit one with your car.
Yeah, definitely. I've kind of in the same boat. I've been out a few times, and I've been bow hunting on some public ground here in central Iowa. Haven't had luck yet, but like you said, it's been cool. So hopefully something will come within bow range here pretty soon. But Tyler, again, thanks for coming on our show. Great to connect with you, and best of luck this season.
Thanks so much, Brent. Appreciate all you do, and certainly all the listeners out there that are willing to donate their deer to Share the Harvest. Very much appreciated.
Again, that's Tyler Schwartz, the Executive Director of the Conservation Federation of Missouri, right here on Brownfield's Outdoor Adventures. I'm Brent Barnett.